Hello everybody, I'm going to be going over the deadlift with you today. Just form, everything that you should be doing, and some things you might need to change if you experience any discomfort. Alright, so first and foremost, stance is going to be super important. So for deadlifting, what you want is to have your feet about hip distance. Alright, if you have any discomfort in your hips setting up this way, you might need to go a little bit wider, but you really should be between your hips and within your shoulders. Alright, you don't want to really be outside of that. So when I'm deadlifting, my toes are slightly pointed out, same thing as if I was squatting. Alright, I'm going to be at 11 and 1-ish. I go in a little bit less than I do for a squat with my deadlift. And we want our knees to be pointing in that same direction. All right, so feet under your hips, slightly angled outward. That's how they're gonna be. For the setup, what we're gonna do is bring our shins up against the bar. So there's only about an inch or half an inch between my shins and the bar. When I go to set up, this bar does not move from this spot. Alright, so I'm going to send my hips back like I'm doing a Romanian deadlift. My shins are staying straight up. And then I'm going to bring myself down to the bar and get my shoulders back, nice and tight, pulling my shoulder blades down to my butt. Alright, so from here, this is my setup. My core is nice and tight. It's almost like I'm tightening all around my body. I'm not just pretending somebody's punching me in the stomach. I'm also bracing on my sides here as well. And then what you want to do as you're deadlifting is stay over the bar. So you'll notice my shoulders are over the bar when I set up. As I come up, they stay over the bar. And then I start to pull my hips forward once it gets right below my hips. When you reset, you want to do the same exact thing as you did for the setup. So send your hips way back, do that Romanian deadlift, and then all I'm doing is putting the bar on the ground. My shins stay straight up. They never move position. All right, when you put the bar down from your knee to the ground, there's no change in your knees. You're not bending your knee, well, I guess you are bending your knees more, but you're not pushing your knees forward. So, common mistakes that I see is, one, when we set up, we're wide here, and then our hands are all the way out here. Now the bar needs to travel more. Now we have to bend over more to get the bar. All right, the more narrow your feet, the more narrow your hands could go, and then the less we need to travel, okay? Next thing that I always see is when you set up, you either set up like this with your shins away from the bar, or you set up right with your shins up against the bar, and then to set up, you push your knees forward and therefore the bar goes forward. So now the bar is right near my toes. And what I would have to do is pull the bar in from here and bring it around my knees. What I want to happen when I'm deadlifting is I want that bar to be up against my body in my center of gravity the whole time. So if you watch now where the bar is and where it's moving in relation to the middle of my foot, you'll notice it's always above the middle of my foot. As I'm deadlifting, right above the middle of my foot. As I bring it down, same exact thing. Hips go back, right above the middle of my foot. If I were to push my knees forward, as I set up, that bar has to travel so much more, and you're gonna feel that in your back.
Second place by only 1 point.